as Miss Zavala obliged and began giving him multiple copies. Sounds like good evangelism if you ask me. But the devil never sleeps. And on April the 18th, a teacher called Miss Zavala and said her son would no longer be able to share the Bible verses because he wasn't allowed to do such a thing at school. It was against school policy, quoting the separation of church and state. Ironically enough, the public school system in America was established to help children read the Bible and to learn its moral principles. For example, in 1690, the first New England Primer was published. It was basically a textbook that was used to teach children in American colonies for about 200 years. It was wildly popular and was actually used in schools of all types, both public and private. It taught the alphabet using Bible verses, had questions on moral teachings, the Ten Commandments, examples of prayers, and so on. However, the Supreme Court brought that to an end. Over the years, rulings have been made to eliminate Christianity from public schools. For instance, between 1962 to 1963, the Supreme Court banned school prayer and Bible reading in public schools. What followed was, in 1980, U.S. schools reported the lowest SAT scores ever after 18 straight years following the 1962 ban on school prayer. Not only that, morality has plummeted. Today, teenagers face such problems as getting pregnant at a young age, drug use, and violence, to name a few. To a great degree, it's because they don't know God. They are ruining their lives, really. And it doesn't surprise me. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 in the Bible states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." And according to the Bible, we can expect things to get worse before they get better. Speaking of the end times, Jesus said to his apostles in Matthew chapter 24 verse 9, "Ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake." While the world is conforming to a standard of acceptance for LGBTs, Muslims, and other groups or religions that oppose Christianity, Christians are being marginalized. While these other groups are gaining more rights, Christians are losing theirs in the process and are being discouraged, even punished, for evangelizing for fear of offending others.
A religious freedom ruling has enabled devil worshippers in Florida to hand out educational material about their beliefs.
A school sparking outrage for calling the sheriff's office on a 7-year-old for handing out, get this, Bible verses.
A religious freedom ruling has enabled devil worshippers in Florida to hand out educational material about their beliefs.
Calling the sheriff's office on a 7-year-old for handing out, get this, Bible verses.
A religious freedom ruling has enabled devil worshippers in Florida to hand out educational material about their beliefs. A school in the USA will now allow satanic books to be distributed to children, after a Florida judge ruled in its favor.